Here I go. Greetings, peace to all you beautiful people out there. This your girl Tiffany coming through live in effect on Facebook. So today's topic, I want to talk about snitching or snitch. Now, we all heard of this terminology before, right? We all know about this terminology, correct? So what I want to do is I want to give a definition version of what a snitch is. Then I want to expound on it and talk more into detail about it. Okay? All right. So let's look at the term snitch. According to Webster Dictionary, the word snitch, which is a verb, means to give information as of another's wrongdoing to an authority. Okay? Inform, to take by stealth. Alright, and then the synonyms: inform, squeal, talk, tell, more as squeal. The second synonym: appropriate, flitch, hook, misappropriate, neep, pilfer, if I'm saying it, pilfer, pocket, perion, steal, swipe, thief, more as steal. But the one that we are mostly familiar with is inform, squeal, talk, and tell. All right? Or to give information as to another wrongdoing. Now, let's talk about it. So, we know that snitching is not very common. Well, it is very common. But if you're someone that tells on another individual, especially when it comes to the wrongdoing of that person, right? You become discredited. You'll be looked down upon. You'll be identified as a traitor, and you're not considered to be trustworthy. Correct? So let's go ahead and talk about this now. The whole concept of no snitching that we know of in the hood, in our hood, in our neighborhoods, it did not really apply to the civilians. It more so applied to those who were in the organizations, whether it be gang organization, mafia, or any type of political organization. If you was a member of the organization and everybody was involved in some form of activity, right? The whole concept was whatever goes on in that organization stays in the organization. And it should not be left, or it should not be told to those on the outside. Well, what happened is when people get into the position to where they feel like their life is threatened or they're under pressure, then they start to unfold and speak on what took place in their particular group, organization, amongst their peers or those who they are affiliated with. So they begin to speak on various things. They start telling, and especially when it involves money. Oh yes, you have paid informants. Absolutely. You have paid informants. As a matter of fact, you can look up a story about what's his name? White boy Ricky. I think that's his name, White boy Ricky from Detroit. He was affiliated with a group of black drug dealers and mobsters, if you will. And he was eventually paid to tell on them to the FBI. Yeah. So yeah, it can get to that extreme. So those who are telling on individuals in their circle, they're considered as traitor. They call that treason. Because what you don't do is you don't betray your brother and sister, no matter what your issue is. Regardless if y'all have some type of confrontation with one another, you still don't go and tell the authorities, or what we would call ratting. You don't rat on that another party. So if you get caught and you get caught doing something, you gotta serve your time. So it's more so like every man must hold his own. Every man must hold his own. Right? Right. All right then, but here's the flip side to that. See, now we gotta go a little deeper. This is where your critical thinking is gonna come into play. Do you absolutely blame the other party for being a snitch, or do you blame yourself for putting too much trust in the individual, knowing what type of risk, knowing what type of situation you put yourself in, and you telling the other individual party, or you associating with yourself with certain people? So what can't you say? Do you absolutely blame them, or do you blame yourself the most? Because at this point, you'll be considered guilty by association. That means you associate with yourself with people who you know, or who is under suspicion or under scrutiny when it comes to your trust. See, here's the thing. What I'm trying to say is, the biggest snitch is not the people that's telling on you. The snitch is yourself. The person that goes to those people and tell their business. The ones that do certain activity in front of those individuals. The ones that are guilty by association. That's who the biggest snitch. Because you snitch on yourself from the beginning. But see, no one thinks of it like that. No one wants to look at that angle. But it's easy to blame the other party. Well, the other party, what they did was just bring about a confirmation. That's all they did. However, it was your character, it was your action, your behavior that got you in the pitfall, that got you under the radar. It was you telling the individuals, bragging about what you're doing to those around you. All they had to do was make a confirmation. So therefore, you will be guilty by association. There's a saying goes, it's not as far as secrets is concerned. The moment you tell someone about your secrets, it's no longer a secret. Again, the moment that you open your mouth and tell another person, it's no longer a secret. So therefore, a secret is something that you really keep to yourself. And you don't share it to the next person. Unless you want to open up and tell a story about your life, or share a story with that individual. But outside of that, if you want it to really be a secret, if you truly want it to be a secret, right? The best thing to do is really keep it to yourself. Because you may not know what that other party may do. If you put too much trust in the individual, chances are you're going to be let down. Chances are you're going to be let down because that individual may turn on you, especially when they're under pressure or if their life is in danger. They may tell on you. Now, I know this is a hard pill to swallow. I know this is a red pill type of situation, but it is the reality that we have to deal with. You have to realize when you open your mouth to another person, you told on yourself. You don't even have to directly say it, but the way that you word things, you're telling on yourself. Your action, out of all things, mostly speak for itself. Your action would speak for itself. You don't have to say anything, but it's how you move. The way you move, it will show a sign. it would bring about indication. So right then and there, you already told on yourself because of your action. And you don't realize it. You already told on yourself. So at the end of the day, when it comes to blaming a person for your trouble, the first person that you must point the finger at is not the individual that you was associated with or the individual that's in your circle. The person that you point the finger at is yourself. Is yourself, because not only what you did, but who you affiliate yourself with. That's what you have to do, because you have to take that self-accountability. You got to make sure you take that accountability before you can directly point that finger at the next party. You have to take that accountability. Because why? You told on yourself. You told on yourself from the beginning. And you really told on yourself based on your action. Based on how you move. You told on yourself. So, my thing is, you have to be mindful of what you do, especially around individuals. You have to be mindful of what you say around individuals. And you have to be careful with the company that you keep. I'm going to say that again. You have to be careful with the company that you keep. You have to be mindful of how you move and what you say around individuals, around people. Because that could be your pitfall. That will be your downfall. That will be your downfall. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you gained something out of it. You know, we never really got to this point to have this kind of discussion on the term snitching. We have not got to that deep point about snitching. But it is time. Because snitching can go both ways. It don't just have to be with the next person. It don't have to be with somebody, especially someone you very close with. It doesn't have to be that way. It can also be yourself. So a snitch goes both ways. It's not just the people that's in your circle, that's in your environment, but it's also yourself. Because you lack self-awareness. You lack self-conscious. You was not paying attention. You was not mindful of your action, of your behavior. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you watching this video once again. Thank you for watching. And greetings to all of you that's coming in or that just came in. And if you want to go ahead and share this video, you are more than welcome to do so. I thank you for your time. And I thank you for listening. So with that being said, I'm getting ready to log off of here. You all have a wonderful evening, a wonderful afternoon, or wherever your time zone may be, or whatever you are in this world. Wherever you are in this world, thank you. So with that being the case, may peace and power, elevation be to all of you. You take it easy, and we'll talk next time. All right, and for those of you that's just coming in, watching from the beginning, and see what this video is all about. Take it easy. All right? Thank you.